hard sometimes to rest, unwind. Holla if you're here because you want to leave your stress behind. Getting into overload, don't lose your flow. Holla if you're here because you wanna bury your sorrow in a vibe, honey. All of your troubles don't seem so amplified, 'cause inside we'll break. Can't take you over, deplete your appetite. Got to vibe, honey. We got the specialist beating for supply. We put it down and they'll be telling us, yeah, yeah. Spin another vibe, bro. We live and light up. When the night ends, you'll be leaving on a high note. Get out, say hi, bye. Yeah, yeah. Spin another vibe, bro. We live and light up. When the night ends, you'll be leaving on a high note. Get out, yeah. And you'll be singing higher. You'll be singing higher in no time. Like I don't wanna go. Like I don't wanna go, go, go. You'll be singing higher. You'll be singing higher, yeah, yeah. Get out, yeah. It's a little hard sometimes to feel the quiet. Holla if you're settling, we'll let it spin whenever tired. Getting into overload, don't lose your flow. Holla if you're here because you wanted us to take control with the vibe, honey. All of your troubles don't seem so amplified, 'cause inside we'll break. Can't take you over, deplete your appetite. That's a vibe, honey. We got the specialist beating for supply. We put it down and they'll be telling us, yeah, yeah. Spin another vibe, bro. We live the lights up. When the night ends, you'll be leaving on a high note. Get out, say hi, bye. Yeah, yeah. Spin another vibe, bro. We live the lights up. When the night ends, you'll be leaving on a high note. Get out, yeah. Get out, yeah. You'll be singing higher in no time. Yeah. Like I don't wanna go, go, go home. You'll be singing higher, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't wanna go.
Well, welcome in everybody to Alania Speedway for the Virtual Racing Aotearoa New Zealand Midget Championship. And tonight, joining me in the comms box again is everyone's favourite commentator, Stu Russell. Stu, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, Brad. Good. Everyone's favourite, eh? I don't know, but certainly love doing it, and it's a great opportunity, obviously, in the off season to have a bit of fun, do this online racing, this iRacing stuff. So, yeah, it's real cool to be amongst it.
Yeah, too right, it certainly is. And well, 10 minutes to go, or thereabouts, in practice, which means qualifying is going to be early tonight. So, shall we get into some interviews quickly, Stu?
Yeah, mate. Certainly would be good to have a chat to some of the I know potential podium getters, and even last season's podium getters as well.
Yeah, too right. Well, we'll drag in Xavier, get his thoughts quickly as time quickly runs out in practice course current 3NZ. Xavier, welcome in.
Yeah, g'day.
How are we?
Yeah, we're alright. Not too confident at this stage, but we'll just have to see how the night goes.
Yeah, too right. Well, current 3NZ, and well, let's see if you can maybe hold on to that title. Bit of patchy form through the series that we've just run.
Yeah, hasn't been the greatest sort of run into the title for myself, but it's a different night. Anything can sort of happen, so yeah, hopefully a bit of luck goes my way, and we can just try to have a solid night, and never know where you're going to end up finishing.
What do you put that sort of down to? Because obviously you were 3NZ last year at the last New Zealand title, so obviously slouch there, mate. But like Brad said, the season for you's kind of been up and down, and it's been a bit all over the show for you. Is it just because when you're so involved with organising the event, you just sort of get so tied up in the night that you kind of it lacks on your own racing?
Yeah, you're a bit quiet, Stu. Can you move your mic closer?
Yeah, yes and no, Stu. It's sort of there's been some updates on the dirt side of physics and stuff since that last title, and I really clicked with that sort of style of physics before it got updated. So yeah, probably just haven't come accustomed to the new way the whole dirt works. But look, that's no excuse. You're right. I should sort of know what I'm doing. So yeah, we'll just have to see how the night goes.
You'll be right, mate. As you say, and that's the beauty with this event is the series is done. It's dusted. We put that all aside. It's one night now to find our top three for the next, till the next New Zealand title. And it's been great 10 weeks, and there's some awesome names here. There's some awesome names that are actually missing as well. So it's going to be a beauty of a night.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, definitely still looking forward to tonight. And yeah, like I say, hopefully you get a bit of luck, and you never know where you might end up.
Cool,
You're
awesome.
Right,
well, we've been caught a bit off guard here. We thought quali was going to start at 7:30, Xavier.
Oh, right.
And it goes at 20 past, does it?
Yeah. So maybe you want to move on to those boys that have been doing so well this season.
We better get these other ones in quickly before we run out of
Get them
time.
in together. That they love to
we'll bring the last one. Cheers for coming in for a quick chat anyway, Xavier, and good luck in trying to defend that 3NZ or even step up the podium a bit more.
Yeah. Cheers, guys. Have a good night yourselves, eh?
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Right,
let's haul them up. We've got the current 1NZ, the current 2NZ. I'm going to get them the right way around. We've got Hayden Guptill 1NZ, who got second in the series, and we've got Alec Kinsley 2NZ, who blitzed the field, kicked ass, and won the series. You two come into this obviously as hot favourites to, I guess, hopefully not take each other out like you have done in the past, but tussle it out between the two of yous, potentially for this 1NZ, 2NZ once again. It's been a great 10 weeks. It's been a long 10 weeks. But as I said to Xavier as well, we throw all that out the window. It's a whole everyone starts at zero. We start from scratch. Does that sort of the nerves, the confidence, knowing that everyone is on the level pegging this week once again?
You can go, Alec. Like you said, it's a whole nother night. So obviously everyone's kind of pushing to get a number, but I'm just going to try do my best to treat it just like any other night on the sim and just have a ton of fun.
Yeah, obviously yourself too, Hayden.
Yeah, I think both Alec and I have done enough racing at this stage that it's you kind of treat championships like any other night, and then they tend to go a lot better. I think when people kind of hype them up a little bit and put themselves in a little bit of a box, that's when they make mistakes and overthink things. So we've done so many laps on the simulator and so many laps in real life that I think it's just another week, really.
You mentioned something that actually it's stuck with me as I think it was last week or week before when we spoke, and how the patience of real life racing in these long feature races, obviously tonight 40 laps as well for the A-Main New Zealand title. The patience of real racing is what helps you guys through these iRacing races. Obviously, luckily, in some way you can reset to an extent or pit on these races, but that's what helps you get through the field when things can at times go wrong.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've you get put in so many good and bad situations, and especially in real life. And it's the races go. They tend. I feel like they take longer on the sim. Do you think the same, Alec?
I'd say depending normally, but yeah, normally sim racing takes 20 times longer, half probably because of the cautions we get sometimes. But,
Yeah, but like
I'd
in real
agree.
life, it goes so quick that
Yeah.
if you kind of, there's two ways. Like if you rush and then don't make things kind of calculated, then you go backwards, and then if you do the opposite and you wait too long, then they go the other way. So it's a fine art, and I think just learning to balance that's pretty comes with experience, and we've both got a fair amount of that.
Laney and Speedway, how do you guys sort of fare around this track here? I mean, it's probably a no-brainer question because you guys fare around pretty much any track pretty good these days. But do you do much prep? Like I know Alex said, it's just treated like another night in the sim. But do you do much prep more into setup for these sort of nights, knowing that it is a one-off thing?
Well, Alec and I are both running default set tonight.
So, here we go. Hey, that's brilliant. That's cool.
Yeah, we both find that most weeks it's the best thing to run. So you can kind of to-do with it a little bit, but otherwise, well, I mean, again, we've done so many laps, especially at this place where it's very symmetrical and it's very even both ends. So it's not as though you need to do a whole lot of practice and get yourself dialed in. I think it is just it's one of those tracks where you just got to hope everything goes your way on the night and you do your thing. Is it one of your favorite tracks, Alec?
I quite enjoy linear, just normally because the racing it puts on. Most hosted sessions, at least. I think most hosted sessions I do, everyone just throws it as slick as they can, and everyone kind of ends up on the wall throwing big bombs and stuff on each other. But as you said, just with the track being symmetrical, you can get in such a rhythm, and if you're starting deep, something like a rhythm can really help you get through the field. So it's definitely a good fun track, and yeah.
Oh well, lads, it's as I say, you two have topped the sessions most weeks. So good luck. Qualifying about to get underway in about a minute's time, so we'll let you shoot off and get back in the cars and get ready for some quick times.
Yeah, cheers.
Great. Thank you, Stu.
Beauty, guys, all the best. So there we go, 1NZ, 2NZ. We've had 3NZ as well, Brad. It's a pretty cool night. This is cool. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's certainly going to be a interesting night. Looks like we've got 24 cars in the house for the title tonight. And going off what we saw in the qualifying, how many cars are we going to drop, Stu? Or is everyone going to make that?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're scheduled for 10-lap heats, 3 10-lap heats. We are scheduled for 3 10-lap heats with 4 to advance. We're scheduled for a 14-lap B main with 8 to advance. And, of course, for the 40-lap A main to decide our New Zealand champions. So whether we get a B main in, or we may just run some hot laps in between to, work the track in, or just to give some more laps. But either way, it's still a quality field. When you look back, obviously, as we mentioned, we talked to Hayden, Alec, and Xavier, but likes of Dylan Cook, Murray Holwell just chipped away all series and picked up a third. Was it last week? And so that he's been one from right from the get go that stood out to me. We've got B Party here, Brendan Partridge back, Sam Waddell, Caleb Beecroft, Sean Knight, our Australian man there. Who else? We've got Cohen Thompson, Jamie Yarnmart, Steve Martins pulled the midget out for a night. Mitch Fabish, of course, finished 4th in the series, just 1 or 2 points eventually off Ayrton Smith, who, again, the 3rd place man from the series, one of the most consistent drivers, not here tonight. Dan Hull is making an appearance, and Hadley Boyce is always there or thereabouts. So there's just a few names of the iRacing side of things. A name that also stands out to me, Jacob Burke. He only done, I think, 3 or 4 meetings during the series towards the end, but he certainly came in with an absolute hiss and a roar. A top 5 straight out the gate, a couple of top 10s, and as I say, there's just so many quality drivers amongst this field. just hope they give themselves some good racing room, and it'll make for a great night.
Yes, certainly will. Hopefully the yellows won't be too much of a feature in that feature race. And bit of a different format for qualifying, I believe, tonight, Stu. I think they're going out in their groups.
Okay, would probably make sort of a little bit of sense. It's I guess how it's done at times in real racing. You chuck the group on a track and away you go, or depending on the format that track's running tonight, obviously you get 2 cars on the track at once as well. So we'll see how we get on.
Yeah, it looks like just Guptill out there by himself, so maybe changes. Got a slight briefing on the format not long ago, so
Yeah, as I say, we are scheduled for what we were given, but hey, that could change with car numbers. Obviously, we want quantity in the fields. We don't want to deplete them too much.
yeah, too right. So for some reason we can only see one of the cars that qualified. Right then it was Fabish, Guptill and Inslee. And now looks like Murray Howell is going to be going out. And there'll be 2 others, but for whatever reason, we can't see them.
I didn't have a John Cena on the entry list.
So Murray Howell running the 9 tonight. Accustomed to seeing him in the 10, but Malachi Webb has claimed the 10 for the night.
Yep. So we've split the numbers, made them all different tonight. Normally we have one or two clashes with the letter change and that's it. But tonight we have gone all out. I think we've got an 8 and an 08 is pretty much the closest we've got.
There we go. Looks like Beecroft in that group as well. So I can see them on my timing popping up, but they're not. You can only obviously click on one of them at a time. So it must be going out and as 3s, but still a private session, I assume.
At the moment, Mitch Fabish is the quick time out there, 14.324. Murray Holwell is 800ths of a second off. Hayden Guptill 9. Look at that, Guptill and Alec Inslee both 900ths of a second, even right down to the thousandths of the same. So 0.094 for Guptill and Inslee.
Yeah,
So
how
it'll be
good.
something like a 14, 4, yeah, maybe a 14.418 or something like that.
Just trying to pick up if I can who's on track now, if anyone is.
I see just from this drone shot how the boys talked about how symmetrical it is, and they're right. You know, you look at the shot we've got going on here. It's a pretty symmetrical track all round.
Looks like Simmons is out there at the moment. This is an absolute nightmare. Janmart?
Well, Simmons has just qualified P2.
P2.
He's just jumped in P2 there. It looks like Jacob Burke's gone down into 6. Hadley Boyce, Caleb Beecroft out there as well. So
this time it looks like we've got a Malachi Webb, Brendan Partridge, and
Brendan
Jamie
Partridge.
Janmart.
Okay, so we've got 3 cars on track this time.
Yeah. How good is that? I assume Janmart is lapping. So Fabish quickest so far. Obviously the track getting faster, Stu.
It is at the moment looking at this, and how good is this? Xavier Simmons up in a second. Hopefully we just haven't put the jinx on him there because we did mention it had been an up and down season for him. Hopefully qualifying towards the pointy end helps that situation out a wee bit better.
So I don't think Big Pop was in fact in that qualifying group. Maybe next time. It's going to play games again, I'm telling you now. Here we go, Janmart this time. Brian McIntyre as well, by the looks.
Yep.
Seeing if we're going to get another car out there. So obviously we're used to, in the series, Stu, they just had 5 minutes, go out there, set the quickest time. And you know, all over tonight, bit of a longer format for the qualifying. Halfway through it already though. Looks like only 2 cars.
Now maybe they've dropped down to 2 from 3 on track, maybe.
So, Brian McIntyre, the other one out there. Where does Big Pop set him? Well, 14th. McIntyre to 11th.
Second off pace.
So his main aim, I'm sure, will be to qualify through to that championship race. If you're you make it and you're there at the end, always in with a chance. Let's see who goes out this time. 15 cars down. The waiting game, Stu.
Yeah. as we slowly get through the
field.
Yeah. Constables out there.
How many cars are in the final? It'll be a 20-car lineup for the feature races. Okay, we got one out there.
Matt Johnston.
By the looks.
Jesse Johnston in the 48.
And he's just finished his. Michael Roach was out there too. So this is...
we had Jesse Jameson. Brian McIntyre, yeah. So we're getting through. We've had, 18?
7 to go. Sean Knight now is out on track. Well, heading out there. It's weird how we pick up like every second lot.
Yeah.
Anyway. Sean Knight now, our current Australian resident, of course, expat Kiwi. See what he can do.
Palmy boy.
Yeah, fresh livery for this one too.
Yeah, he's gone all out, hasn't he?
Yeah. See what he can get done here. Obviously only going to pick up 1 car.
Hard yakka, eh? You only got 2 laps. Put in a solid time.
Yeah, one mistake and that's it, pretty much done and dusted. Lose your momentum. Yep. And someone else was out on track, I think. So Knight.
Yep. So Sean Knight comes in.
Where has he put himself? Can't even see him on the...
Great question.
He must have...
Great question.
He must have had a moment and hit the wall or something because his lap hasn't recorded, has it? Max Donnelly now.
Someone else going out on track.
That's Max Donnelly out there.
Okay.
The number, what is 25?
25, yep. So if that is the case for Knight, that's going to be a bit of hard work from essentially the back of his heat.
First lap for Donnelly, a 19.410. They're not quite sure why that lap did not record. Donnelly's
lap 2
has.
Was a 14.626.
Yeah. Surely Sean's in the chat. What happened, Sean? Why did you not record?
That put Max into P13.
We got 2 left.
You got the Twitch chat open, don't you?
Yeah. Ashton Hughes and Aaron Seymour East about to roll out on track, and this will be the last pairing too for qualifying. We'll get into the heat races. Hughes already out there. Running the number 92. Some clear
I see
slick
the
lines.
one car come on track as well.
Yes, Aaron Seymour East is out
Seymour.
there too. There you go.
So their first lap's always but well off pace, aren't they? Oh, that's the sight lap though, isn't it? That's the running lap,
Yep.
isn't it? So there we go, 15.3. So he'll be well down the field there.
Yeah, P24.
What?
So that's everyone qualified. Sean Knight had no time recorded. So 3 heat races to get through now. It should be.
we've smashed the allocated qualifying time.
Yeah, look for the session to be advanced. Look at those slick lines out there, Stu. Entries to 1 and 3.
Yeah, you can see where they're already starting to set the cars dial in.
Yeah, we heard the drivers saying earlier they'll be out on that wall come feature race time. I'm looking forward to that. Surely we can get an advanced of session here from the admins. In the meantime, welcome in everybody. The New Zealand title tonight, obviously. All on the line for these guys, and if you've missed that series that has been run for the last 10 weeks, it's been some hectic racing. Guptill and Inslee putting on an absolute show most weeks.
They have, and you know, young Mitch Fabish, he sort of came creeping at the end there. Obviously, Guptill had a couple of shockers at the start, and then he actually missed a round. So I would have loved to have seen how it would have gone at the top there in those last couple of rounds. Had Guppy, you know, had a full attendance sort of thing.
Yeah, too right. So we just stand by. Surely we can advance the session into the heat races. We just fly above the circuit for now.
Yeah.
Scenes here at Lanier.
Nice sunny day.
Yeah.
Nice sunny day at Lanier.
How good, eh? Always a sunny day on the sim, unless you're racing GT3s or something. You got the green in the pit lane. Stop snoring, Stu, in the chat. Mr. Jacob Bork. There we go. Session advanced. So now it is go time. Multitasking, eh? How good. Alright, Stu, I'll get the grids up. Heat race number 1.
Yep, let's get straight into it, eh?
Yep.
Off the front row, Mitch Fabish and Murray Holwell, 4th and 5th in the VRA series. Jacob Bork there off P3, and Hadley Boyce to his outside on 4. Off row 3, it's Max Donnelly on the inside and Jesse Jameson off 6. And there we go, Caleb Beecroft a little bit further back than usual off 7. D Constable on 8. And right from the back, because he didn't record a time for whatever reason, but Sean Knight is gridded up off P9. Got a bit of the hard way through qualifying 4 to advance to the A main.
We're about to go.
10 laps. There's going to be no time for disaster in these heat races. They are going to be quick. The pace is already quick behind the back of the ute. Fabish and Holwell take the front row. Bork and Boyce in behind them. They are revved up and ready to go. First of our 3 heat races. As the ute makes its way to the infield. The New Zealand title is underway and Fabish gets us the jump. Jacob Burke goes with him as well. The 6th car there and behind. Here comes Holwell back to the bottom. And Hadley Boyce has slotted into that 4th spot. So Fabish leads us through the first lap. As they come out of 4, it'll be Burke in 2nd. Holwell back to Hadley Boyce. Right in behind them, it is Jesse Jameson. Caleb Beecroft just a wee bit off the pace of the front five. But Fabish doing a great job. Jacob Burke will be loving being in that second position in behind Fabish, just following the line. Utilising a bit of skill that's in front of him as Jesse Jameson looks to the inside there briefly of Boyce. Now he's under attack on his own there of Beecroft and Max Donnelly. Sean Knight tailing up there behind them, and Constable's dropped off the pace. Fabish, quickest car on track and still out in front is Burke now holding off Murray Holwell. Hadley Boyce a little bit more comfortable in that fourth spot, just pulls a bit of a gap to Jamison there in the 727. Is not 100% on how many laps to go there, Brad.
Oh, sorry.
But either way, Fabish, there we go, 5, make it 6 down this time, 4 to go. And the first of Burke's just set a new fastest lap of the race. He is hauling out there in the 6 car, trying everything, and he's following those lines to perfection of Fabish. He'll be quite happy just to know at the moment he is in an A main position. Murray Holwell in behind still as we ride on board out in front, and the mud's still flying into Fabish's tear off here. Even though he's out in front, that's how tacky this track is, and he's cutting down low as Fabish. He brings it up high through the exit of the corner. The 95 Heater Studios fast lane esports car is nice and out in front. Then you've got the unsponsored, but I'm sure after this meeting you might pick up a few. Jacob Burke there in second. Holwell just briefly had a look there, did Hadley Boyce on Holwell, and a big gap back to Jameson, who's tussling it out there with who's actually in front of him now.
That's a lap down.
I was going to say, that is a big lap down there for Donnelly, and we're on the final lap. We have actually got the checker. We got the checker. That's how quick it went as we skim back through the field. Fabish has won it. Burke in second. Holwell and Boyce are your first 4 through to tonight's A main. Fabish will be loving that. That'll give him quite a Percy start going into the feature.
So that's a brilliant start for Fabish to his night. For me, going into tonight, he's one of the guys to watch out for sure on the bit of a dark horse when you line him up next to Guptill and Inslee.
He is, but as I say, those last few rounds he's been getting amongst it. Right, we've got our 8 starters here for Heat 2. And it will be Xavier Simmons in the 3NZ on the inside, with Hayden Guptill, the defending New Zealand champion, to his outside. From row 2, we've got Dylan Cook, finished up 6th in the VRA series. Alongside will be Matthew Johnston. James McDonald and Malachi Webb, they occupy row 3. And from the back, Michael Roach and Big Pop there, Jamie Yarnmart representing the THD team there. Always has plenty of fans, does the Big Pop, Jamie Yarnmart.
Yeah, and
one of the true entertainers.
Yeah, so you're right. He'll be looking for a good run in this one, see if he can get himself into a transfer spot. Nice and early in the night.
Yeah, he'll be not wanting to come through the Bs like he has most recently. So look at this, 1NZ and 3NZ in the same heat, but if they finish in the top 4, both can make it straight through to that A main. Almost touching there, and we get the green. And look at Guptill, he had a big jump there. It's actually going to be James McDonald. He got right to the inside of the lot of them, the 08. It's the white and green car there. The full black 8 is Dylan Cook. And at the moment, out in front, look, another one coming flying through is Malachi Webb. So there's sliders galore and dive bombs galore happening here in this heat race. And out in front, it is Guptill, the 1NZ leading it from the 3NZ of Simmons. Matthew Johnson to his outside. Malachi Webb, Dylan Cook. They're Christen and Crossen. In behind is James McDonald. And Jamie Yarnmart, he's got the best seat in the house in case something unfolds. But Guptill has done a great job holding off Simmons, who's now, well, if they have mirrors, we have a rear view mirror of Matthew Johnston, who's up high. and gets, I was going to say gets around the outside, but Simmons just shuts the door on him. Malachi Webb to the bottom, moves up to P4. Dylan Cook still riding up top. And we've got one on the wall, that's Cook. Cook's cooked it, and was that Roach that just went for a wild ride there as well, possibly? Yes, it was. Just caught spinning Dylan Cook, and not sure if he managed to do it himself or if he had just the slightest of helping hands on the way through. We might be able to get a Sim Magic replay. Yes, we do. And Dylan Cook, what's he done here? We keep an eye on the 8 up top, and he's done it himself. He's done it down the straight as well. So he's tipped it over, and unfortunately, so is Michael Roach, and that will see them out of the heat race and having to come through the B main. So 6 cars remain and only 4 spots through to the A final.
Tell you what, Big Poppy will be rubbing his hands together. Can he show his nose on the restart?
One more of those. Big Pop say one more of those, and we've got ourselves a transfer spot. We're going to line up 2 by 2 as well.
Here we go.
We should get the green this time around. We're halfway through Heat 2 of the New Zealand Midget title at Virtual Racing Aotearoa. And we're back green. Guptill gets us back underway. The 1NZ over the 3. This time here comes James McDonald. Tries that slider. Not to be. It's Matthew Johnson stop high. And Jamie Yarnmart has found himself in the 5th spot. Not too far off, but the top 4. Oh, they are slightly. Yarnmart goes to the bottom. He's trying everything. He's going to find a line here that sticks to chase down James McDonald. And if he's anything like J-Mac, the Australian jockey, he'd be pretty quick to catch as well. Still Guptill out in front. Simmons. Matthew Johnson just collects the wall down the straight as well. Manages to hold it together. McDonald over Yarnmart. That's your top 4. Yarnmart in 5th there. That could put him to the front of the B. Still, if he finishes up there. But it will be Guptill. That will lead us through here. 2 to go. We'll make it 1 this time round on our last lap for Guptill, who's also the fastest car on track. Simmons in behind. Looking pretty cozy, those two. What's going on behind them? It will be Guptill that takes the win from Simmons. Johnston gets it, and James McDonald will hold on. Yarnmart will have to come from the... Yarnmart's gone 2 laps down there right at the end. So, not sure what the hips is there. He definitely didn't get lapped.
Yeah, interesting. Interesting.
Guptill, Simmons, Matthew Johnston, and J-Mac, James McDonald.
Tell you what, there is again, Stu, as we've become accustomed to, no mucking around here. Final heat race on the track.
Yep. Yeah, and look at this front row. Matt Stables there off pole. Privateer alongside the 2NZ and the VRA Series champion, Alec Inslee. Cohen Thompson off 3. B Party, Brendan Partridge makes an appearance off P4. Brian McIntyre and Stephen Martin, they occupy row 3. And from the back there, Ashton Hughes and Aaron Seymour East. So a few names that we haven't seen throughout the series, or may not have seen much of throughout the series. Ashton Hughes, Aaron Seymour East, Stephen Martin, he's always there or thereabouts though, as Stephen.
Sitting and waiting, we've got some downtime from Hadley Boyce. There we go.
So let's see if the 2NZ at Inslee can get the run here. We get the green, and Inslee's going to run that top. Brendan Partridge's teammate riding behind. Oh, an early slider, and it unsettles Brendan Partridge there. Cohen Thompson with the early slider. Partridge just had to get up the track a little bit further than he would have liked, and he's under a bit of pressure here from Stephen Martin as well. Out in front, though, I think Matthew Stables is just... No, Alec Inslee has just pipped him as I went to say that. So Inslee leads it. Stables is just going to slot in. We're back to third now because Cohen Thompson is charging through. He's sitting in second. Brendan Partridge in fourth is your final transfer spot at the moment. The 13 there, as we see on screen. Inslee, fastest man on track. The 2NZ leads it. Good tussle here between Cohen Thompson, who's up top there, the yellow and black car, and Matt Stables in the all-black 46 down the bottom. Partridge right in behind those three cars. Inslee, let's say, looks comfortable in front. He is just circulating some nice laps and holding that lead very well. As the two behind him, Matt Stables and Cohen Thompson, they've got the elbows up at each other. In fact, it looks like Stables, he is the fastest man on track at the moment. He just set fastest lap time there. 14.703. And, whoa, big swing there from Cohen Thompson. Just missed the tail tank of Stables, who has actually found himself to the lead of Inslee. And Cohen Thompson's throwing some big sliders in this one in the rear of the shot. Matt Stables has got the bottom of the track working very well. Maybe he's our Ayrton Smith for the night. Running the bottom, and it looks like Thompson's going to try that as well. Still looking here, Brendan Partridge holding on to that fourth spot. Stephen Martin's there or thereabouts if something goes wrong. Stables, fastest man on track, is now in front. And looks like he's now got that lead sorted as Inslee just pops the right rear onto the wall. Last lap this time round. Find our final four cars to make 12 that are automatically through the A-main. Inslee's got anything at the end? No. Puts the right rear into the wall again. It will be Matt Stables. Started from pole. He goes through. It will be Inslee from 2 to come home in 2. And Cohen Thompson, he actually came through the field a wee bit there. Cohen Thompson to qualify. And Brendan Partridge. They're your top four. So Matt Stables, Alec Inslee, Cohen Thompson, and Brendan Partridge all through to the A main.
Let's see if we can get this right, Stu. See if the call of the B main is going to be right. No. C main.
So far, oh, here we go. What do we got here? A B main.
C main, according to, but yeah, pretty sure it's just the B.
Okay. All
right.
right.
No, they are running 2 B mains by the looks.
Oh, they are going to run 2. Okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to take 4 from each of these.
By the looks of things, yes.
Alright, so that means Constable is on the front row with Dylan Cook to his outside for the first of the Bs. And we've got Brian McIntyre, Max Donnelly. And Michael Roach. We saw him finish up on his side, the poor bugger. And Aaron Seymour East.
And that'll be it.
Just the 6 cars. Well, 4 to go through.
Yep, so only 2 will miss out.
So Sean Knight should be in this race, it's saying.
Yeah, but he's parked it up. Got a message through before, parked up for the night.
Okay. Sean Knight's night is done. Bloody Aussies. So it looks like the teammates at the back there. Michael Roach and Aaron Seymour East. And we've got one at the front as well, Constable, in the 29. So they are... Is it Bodie? Bodie Motorsport? Is that right?
Sounds right. Yeah, Bodie.
Alright, well, we're underway anyhow. And tell you what, Constable, he went from pole and he's dropped back to 4th. Because it's going to be Dylan Cook on the high line that leads us through. Brian McIntyre. Max Donnelly, he's up top as well with Dylan Cook. McIntyre there in third, and it's going to be the Bodie Motorsport drivers, the three of them, Roach, Constable, and then Seymour East. They are going to have to tussle it out between the three of them at the moment for the last spot in the A. 12 lapper, this B main. And Dylan Cook leads it out in front. He just battled through traffic in that heat race, obviously. Found himself far too wide down the straight and parked it on its side. Took poor old Michael Roach with him, who's currently sitting in P4 and in a transfer spot. Dylan Cook, your leader from Max Donnelly, Brian McIntyre, and the first of the Bodie Motorsport cars is Michael Roach sitting in that transfer spot. Further back, Aaron Seymour East and Constable in the 29. He started off pole off the front there, and he's down in 6th, though. Not having the greatest of runs there, the 29 car. Man who is having a good run, much preferable run than his heat race, and that's Dylan Cook. Down in front, Max Donnelly. We saw him throw a few in it, but unfortunately he ended up a lap down in his heat. So obviously has the car sorted and dialed in for this B main, because he's trucking along quite nicely out there.
Look
Must
at
have
that,
spun it up during the heat or something.
Look at that slick line now too, Stu. That track is she's
Yeah,
going to be ripe for the picking for the feature race.
It certainly is, and yeah, these drivers, there's no one really running much of a consistent line through these heat races. This obviously the first of the two B mains as well. They sort of just really spread themselves out here. We're 10 laps into it. Dylan Cook leading, Max Donnelly, Brian McIntyre, and Michael Roach. They've well and truly spread and thinned the field out in this one, the first of the B mains. We'll ride on board a bit here with Dylan Cook, the 8 car. Runs TQ midgets in the Speedway season. Obviously his dad, a legendary mini sprint driver. We're on the final lap as well. Notice he's tucked it down low for these last few laps. Hugging it tight. You wouldn't want to clip those tyres. Dylan Cook has found himself an A main transfer spot. Max Donnelly, he's also gone through. Brian McIntyre, and it'll be Michael Roach. These 4 that will join in, so we've got 16 so far.
B main.
Second B main here. It's Jesse Jamieson and Malachi Webb from the front row. Row 2 will have Stephen Martin and Caleb Beecroft. Row 3, Jamie Yarnmart and Ashton Hughes. And we do have... Oh, okay.
So
all right.
That was
we
the
are,
C.
We are,
Yep.
Okay, that was the C. We are going to run one A main. All right. So Dylan Cook, Max Donnelly, they'll go through off the back of the C. Brian McIntyre and Michael Roach as well.
And that'll be your field. So 8 from
Right,
this.
so we're taking 8 from this then. Okay.
Yep.
All right. The C main wasn't originally on our menu. Normally, if we run a C main, we just have a C and a B, and we'll just take 4 from each. But okay. Pump the guns up there for Dylan Cook, Max Donnelly, Brian McIntyre, and Michael Roach, because yeah, got a big one here. 8 to go through.
So right now, Yanma is sitting in a transfer spot. Can he get it done?
Just gotta hold on to it right there.
Yeah, I'm in full support of an early night there. Mini stock. Lost your name temporarily. My bad.
Probably Corbin. Right, we are coming to the line. Look at the leaders. They are well and truly ahead of the field there. Jesse Jameson, Malachi Webb, they get underway, and Caleb Beecroft, he's not mucking around. He's straight on in behind them. A little bit of contact there is Max Donnelly, and Yarnmart just rub tyres there. Dylan Cook, he's already started his charge through the field. The 8 car. Jamieson leads it. Webb, Beecroft, Hughes, Cook, Martin. In fact, Martin's gone by Cook. Oh, that's because Cook's... Where is he running? No, he's running the bottom. He's picked up a few spots in that one go. Looks like Yarnmart, he's sitting right in that 8th spot. That's the transfer spot. Brian McIntyre is coming in quick though. And we got one up and over. Oh, Yarnmart avoids it. Donnelly's gone. He's blowing himself out into the pits. We don't even need to go caution for it. Yamerson and Webb, they're still out in front hauling. It'll be Beecroft, the fastest car on track, Dylan Cook. In behind him be Ashton Hughes, Brian McIntyre, Stephen Martin, and Jamie Yarnmart. Look at this out in front. Here comes Beecroft to the bottom of Yamerson. The bottom of Jameson. Webb. Now your leader, although here comes Caleb Beecroft. Webb with the cross under. Malachi Webb in the 10. Beecroft up high in the 22.
Oh, who's gone? Dylan Cook by the looks.
Dylan Cook. Okay.
We'll see if
can rejoin at the rear. Remember, there's only 9 cars on track. It will just make itself harder for the A main from 20 if he can get to that 8th spot. And what's he done here? Dylan Cook that was Jesse Jamison. Did Jamison just give him the squeeze? Or
yeah. Yep.
I think Jamison might have given him the squeeze.
Yeah, certainly that's what it looked like there. So, and big pop.
Jamison has been put to the back of the field. Obviously, he must have been deemed the cause.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
we're 6 laps into the 14 lapper. There's plenty of time there for Cook and Jamison to come back through, and they're more than capable of it.
Be interesting to see how much damage he got with that. It was a fairly hard hit into the wall that put him over.
Hit.
Yeah, so...
Right, so we're going to grid him up 2 wide as well, which helps a bit there. Malachi Webb to the inside, Beecroft to the outside, Brian McIntyre, and we're underway. Ashton Hughes. There were the front 2 rows. Yarnmart, where's he going? He's selected to the top row. He's got Dylan Cook riding behind him. He's made a couple of spots up as well. Oh, Cook runs the gauntlet again, this time to the outside of Stephen Martin. Malachi Webb leads it. Brian McIntyre, he's charging through here. Caleb Beecroft, Ashton Hughes, Dylan Cook. Oh, they've made contact. No. Yarnmart's amongst it. They're holding on. And Yarnmart squeezes through to 4th. How the heck? A lot of them held on to that. Cook's found his way back to 9th, 8th. Make it there. Oh, we are going to go yellow.
Yep.
The yellow has come out. Oh, I thought we got away with that one.
Oh, that was epic.
It was all on.
That was epic.
Yep.
Let's see if we can pick up what happened.
Let's go back to the Sim Black, Sim Magic instant replay once again and see what happened here. We might have to go back a bit earlier than that. It doesn't. Yeah, this time it looks like. There we go. Let's see if we can put our. So the way that Cook's come up the track, right into the side there. Of is it Hughes? I think it's Hughes, and that's because they've landed on their lids.
Yeah, and I think that could mean that we've only got 8 left. Does that sound about right? Those 2 should be out of the B main now. Couple in pit lane. So
yeah, and that's Stephen Martin and Jesse Jamison. Which actually only gives us 7 finishes.
Yeah, so this will be interesting.
I guess you'd take your top qualifier, top driver out of qualifying to the A if you're going to do that to fill your 20 grids.
Tell you one man that'll be happy at the moment. Big Pop.
Yeah, he will be.
He's still got to finish this race.
They do have to finish, and you want to finish as clean as possible. Malachi Webb gets us underway. Caleb Beecroft to the bottom. Brian McIntyre, Ashton Hughes now to the top. Dylan Cook, how he has survived everything and is still going. And look at Yarnmart. He's right to the bottom. He is actually hustling there for the 3rd spot. In fact, almost second, as it looks like Hughes just clips the wall there as well. Dylan Cook to the bottom as well, so it's all on here. Malachi Webb still out in front. Caleb Beecroft, Jamie Yarnmart, Dylan Cook all running the bottom. Starting to get a bit congested down there as well as Yarnmart just slides through the track. I think that's opened the door there for Cook. It has. In fact, it's let a few through. He's lost a few spots there, and he gets a bit sideways. There's Yarnmart to his outside. Hughes manages to get through. McIntyre in third, although looks like Dylan Cook might have picked that spot up. Yes, he has. Fastest car on track. We're going to come round and pick up the white flag next corner. Now we're into turn 3. Turn 3 this time for Malachi Webb to pick up the white flag as Dylan Cook looking to the bottom. B-Cross just throwing it into the corners there. And has Cook got anything for Malachi Webb? He just set the fastest lap of the race on the final or second to last lap as well. And they run to the line. It will be Malachi Webb, Dylan Cook. They're both going to start off row 7 for the A main. And then looks like Caleb Beecroft, Brian McIntyre, Ashton Hughes, Michael Roach, and Jamie Yarnmart. Your only finishes there. So we'll just have to wait and see as to who pops up in that 20th spot for the A main. But we do know that Mitch Fabish, Jacob Burke, Murray Holwell, Hadley Boyce, Hayden Guptill, Xavier Simmons, Matt Johnston, James McDonald, Matt Stable, Ella Kinsley, Cohen Thompson, Brendan Partridge. They are all straight through to the A main to join those that come through the B. Few hot laps on track. Run them in, and also good opportunity to run on the track with a few extra cars out there, unlike qualifying and even at times practice. But it just runs that tracking quite nice.
Be interesting to see if we run the full 20 minutes. I can't see them doing that, but obviously just get a bit more wear into this track before the feature. And with that will come some sensational racing, no doubt. So 20 now locked in, Stu. And 40 laps to determine the New Zealand champion for 2024. Who have you got?
She is going to be a beauty of a race as well.
Who have you got, Stu?
I would like to see Mitch Fabish on the top step, to be fair with you.
Yep.
He's sort of battled away through the season, but look, he obviously quick man tonight in qualifying. Won his heat. There he is on screen, the 95. Jacob Burke, I'm just a fan of, I know him through RC Racing, but also I'm just a fan of how he turns up and just stuck it to the big guns. And Murray Holwell as well. Chipped away all year, picked up that P5 in the series. Be great. But hey, also, like I say, you can't go past Hayden Guptill and Alec Kinsley. Those are two superb drivers. 40 laps is a long time. And those two boys just know how to, I guess you'd say, drive it right to lap 40.
Yeah, too right. We've seen it plenty of times throughout that 10-week series. And no doubt we're going to see it again tonight.
Yeah, it's been a good. Okay, well, I guess this is week 11, really, for us. I missed a few of the series, obviously, but in total, week 11. And we've got to thank, obviously, the guys at Virtual Racing Aotearoa and the likes of Xavier, Alec, Hayden, all those in behind the scenes that get this series, this midget series, on track. It's good to have some dirt racing. I've actually tuned in now and watched a couple of your other streams and bits and pieces just for interest. But this dirt racing is obviously where the heart is, and it's cool to have some mint epic dirt racing.
Yeah, certainly is. Time to bust out the rums. Oh, Big Pop sending it tonight. How good. He's finished all his beers. It's rum time.
Rum o'clock.
So
Love it.
I think
I wish I could have a rum.
what a time to make the feature, a Big Pop. I think you've only managed to get one in this season from memory, but now
I think that was our last round, wasn't it? That was the last round.
he made one earlier on in the season. I know that. That was when I was crook. I didn't even stream that night, so
that's right. That's right.
I was starting to wonder if I was the curse, but getting it done tonight, gotta love it. Of all nights.
Oh, that's right. Look at that. A top 10 at Eldora at the Big E.
Yeah, there you go.
That's because he had the whole track to himself. I'll make sure in a couple of weeks when I'm there, Jamie, that I mention that I know someone who's had a top 10 at Eldora.
A Kiwi as well, yeah.
Yeah, Kiwi.
How good.
They all look at me sideways, but that's alright.
Good times. So,
I mean, I don't know if it means too much, but Matthew Johnson is the quickest man on track at the moment. Picked up P3 in Heat 2 behind Guppy and Xavier, so he's the fastest on track. As I say, I don't know if it means too much right now. Pelicansy's not too far off his pace. Matthew Stables, Xavier Simmons, Brian McIntyre, Hadley Boyce, Jacob Burke. So, obviously, I don't know how much all they give it, I guess you could say, in this warm-up, but I dare say they'll be dialing them in. Look at that shot, the old all the pit trolleys around the infield.
Yeah, it's almost go time by the looks of things, I would say.
No ballers out here. You almost got a bull ring track on the. You've almost got a bull ring track there as well on the infield.
Yeah, too right. All right, we just stand by. I'm pretty certain that we're about to roll the session.
We're going to get a 4 wide.
Surely. How good would that be?
Some of them might need to head back in the pits and fix their cars after.
Oh, there you go.
I remember talking with obviously William before Harrisville, and he actually wasn't nervous about racing the sprint car. He was more nervous about stacking it in the wall on the 4 wide salute. Luckily for him, however it worked out, he ended up on the inside, so he could just drive around the bowl line.
Safe option.
Yeah, he was safe. Yeah, he didn't want to be that guy in the middle that gets squashed, and he didn't want to be that guy against the wall that stacks it before the race starts. So,
yeah, too right.
Bit of a laugh there, right?
I got in chat that they've probably got about a minute left, and they'll roll through to the big race 40-lap feature to decide your New Zealand champion, and let's hope that we can.
Oh, you asked me who I've got. Who have you got, Brad?
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
I think I'm all went with who I want to get.
Yeah.
And that's nothing against anyone else. These are all great races and great people, but I think I'm all went with who I want to get 1, 2, and 3. So there you go. Even if you don't actually know, fire us 3 names, Brad. Come on.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to go outsiders, and I'm going to say Murray Howell's going to get up there.
Yep.
And I think you're right there with Fabish too. I think certainly showing some pace, so I'll put him in there. And you can't really leave out Guptill, can you? So not that he's an outsider, but any order, there's my top 3.
Okay. So we've got two the same in our box trifectas.
Here we go.
I think if we win a box trifecta, or even if you took a first 4 or boxed up. Oh shit! We got the grid up.
Yeah,
here we go.
We are on, mate. We are
Look
on.
at that. Mitch Fabish will start from pole position here. Alongside him will be the defending champion Hayden Guptill. We go back to a couple of privateers here. Matthew Stables and Jacob Burke occupy row 2. From 3, it is the 3NZ and Xavier Simmons and the 2NZ of Alec Inslee. Off row 4, Murray Holwell in the 9, the 48 of Matthew Johnston. We go back to row 5, we got Cohen Thompson and Hadley Boyce. Off row 6, James McDonald. He'll start the inside with Brendan Partridge to his outside. Malachi Webb and Dylan Cook. They came through the B main. They will occupy row 7. Row 8, it's Caleb Beecroft and Brian McIntyre. Row 9, Ashton Hughes, Michael Roach. And right from the back, Jamie Arnott and Stephen Martin. They are your 20 qualifiers for tonight's 40-lapper A main for the New Zealand Virtual Racing Aotearoa Midget Championship.
And well,
it has been a great 10 weeks of VRA racing. Throw in the Maka Motorsports Series one-night event, 11 big events, and here we are. Look at the line split. We come to the green, 40 laps underway, and Fabish to the bottom. He's got Stable right in behind. Guptill's to the top. Here comes Xavier Simmons as well. Flick the laps on there, brother. And we've got right up the top 2. It will be Guptill's there with Burke in behind, Inslee through the middle. But early stages, it will be Fabish, Stables, Guptill, Simmons, Burke, Holwell in the 9. Here he is. Here comes Inslee. And there's a distinctive inside line starting to file in single formation. Who's there right around the top? Matt Stables has gone high side. Fastest lap to Fabish that time round. Guptill's in second. Simmons, they're all running down the bottom, the quick guys. But there's a few not afraid to run the top. And that at the moment is Stables and Burke trying to run the top in early part of this race. On lap 4. Oh, Burke with the slider up there. On Stables, they've dropped through the field, but look for that high line to come on later on, hopefully, as Fabish is tucked down in the bottom. Guptill's going to go high side, try and find a way around there. Fabish has tucked it right in, as tight as he can around those inside walls, and Guptill's going to have to go the long way on the slick track. Simmons in behind as well. Holwell's in 4th. Inslee, Burke, Stables, they are tussing it out, and we've got our first caution 5 laps in. And is that Yarnmart involved possibly? I see he's down in P20.
Yeah, possibly. A few cars have flashed up, so we'll see if we can pick something up.
Some magic replay coming up, and Caleb Beecroft. Oh, Caleb Beecroft has got into Cohen Thompson there. Yarnmart's just innocent bystander amongst it all. He's been tagged along the way through. I think it looks like Michael Roach as well. So Caleb Beecroft just tried to run that gauntlet right through the middle of a couple there, and it paid off with our first caution of the race on lap 6 with a long way to go.
Yeah, Mitch Fabish looking racy early in this one. But like you say, long way to go.
Well, Murray Holwell's up into 4th. Alec Inslee in behind. Xavier Simmons has turned up to play tonight, that is for sure. And Fabish gets us underway. The Ute only just makes it to the infield. And Fabish isn't mucking around. Here we go. Guptill tries to keep it tight through, gets to get a run. Simmons in behind, Inslee in behind now. As the Fast Lane Esport boys are really lining it up here. 95, 1NZ, 3NZ, and the 2NZ. Murray Holwell, throw him in the mix, as well as Stables goes to the bottom. So Stables is trying to keep there with Inslee. That is 5th. Here we go. Here's another one coming through. Matthew Johnston trying to poke his nose into the results. Fabish now. Oh, he's left the door open. Fabish has left the door open, and Guptill said, "Thank you very much. I'm coming here, and I'm taking the lead off you." Now Fabish trying to get it back. Simmons goes trying to get round the outside. Has Fabish got the nose in front enough here? Not this time. And Inslee, we just see Inslee shoot to the high line there. The 2NZ currently in 4th, and he's thinking, we're not running single file here, mate. I'm finding a way around. And he's right up on the concrete there. We saw him tag it a few times in his heat race. And he's starting to make a line work as we go feature caution number 2. And it's Brian McIntyre on his lid. We only get another 5 laps out of it. Well, hopefully we don't have these every 5 laps.
Yeah. We do not want to see an endless run of cautions here. What's happened?
No.
Oh, he's just...
Yeah, no, one's gone round. It was the 10. It went round of Malachi Webb, and it's just caused a ripple effect.
Innocent bystander there, nowhere to go.
No, not the...
How good's that run out front, though, from these 3 guys? Fabish, Guptill, and even Inslee now bringing himself into the battle. God, I love it.
Holwell's just dropped a few spots back. He's gone down to P8. He was right there in 4th for a moment. The 9 of Murray Holwell. Still a long way to go in this feature, though. And these double file restarts, they really spice things up. It's in the hands of Guptill this time. We saw how quick on the loud pedal Fabish was. The Ute barely got to the infield. This time, though, we're dragging it right out. And Guptill gets us underway. Looks like Simmons has got the cheeky poke on the inside. He has. And once again, Inslee to the top. Here comes Stables as well to the inside of Fabish. The 46 trying to find a way through. Matthew Johnston as well. Inslee, Burke, and it looks like Boyce possibly. All running that top line. Trying to start to wear it in there. And Inslee gets a great run on the outside. Starting to make his way through. It's Guptill, Simmons. Fabish is now going topside. Izzy Inslee with the run on the exit. They're 4 wide almost out of the corner. Burke commits right to the top. Guptill, your fastest man on track, still out in front. From Simmons, Stables, Inslee, Fabish. Here Fabish has gone to the top. And he's dropped a few spots there. Matthew Johnston now to the inside. So the results are changing quite quick. But that's because some are getting the run into the corner. They don't really equal out until the straights. And then they'll get the run back again in the corner. But Inslee, it looks like he's got the top dialed in. Now he's just got to keep it there. 30, 25, 25, 24 laps to go this time round. For Alec Inslee, who's in 3rd, or Guptill, the leader really. Guptill leading it. Xavier Simmons having a great night here. The 3NZ. At the moment, he gets to step one more up into the 2nd spot. Matthew Stables holding on to 3rd, but Alec Inslee is charging. Fabish and Burke both up the top. Oh, this is going to get exciting very, very soon. Dylan Cook now is amongst it. The 8 car came through the C main to the B. Finds himself 7th in the A. He's no slouch. Just had a bit of bad luck tonight. Alec Inslee in 3rd.
And he's getting a run, Stu.
He's getting a great run. He's got the 2NZ really wound up. The Heater Studios, SP Tools, Fast Lane Esports Machine on the top side. Round his teammate there, Simmons. He's committed to it. He is absolutely committed to it at the halfway point of the feature race here for the Virtual Racing Aotearoa New Zealand Midget Car Championship. And it's the defending champion, Hayden Guptill, leading it from the 2NZ of Inslee and the 3NZ of Simmons. Well, Mr. Heater Designs might not have much of a sticker job on throughout the week if it finishes like this. But no doubt there is more to come. 19 to go this time. And Inslee, he's getting a great run on Guptill. Guptill's still the fastest man on track. But Inslee, I think, is faster Then Guptill in recent laps as we ride on board the 2NZ. We got a feature caution. Feature caution once again with 18 to go. That time we at least made it to about 10 laps.
Maybe Hadley Boyce and James McDonald coming together.
Okay, couple down the mid to tail end of the pack there. Boyce in 12th.
If it's not going to tell us a lie, and there you go.
Oh, they did. Just tagged him out of the corner there. James McDonald. Boyce got underway. It looks like McDonald got away pretty unscathed, but iRacing has picked it up. And it's a caution. And you know what? Guptill will be on the inside with Inslee on the outside of the restart. And we know that Inslee has been working that top line in superbly.
Yeah, 18 to go. This is going to be a cracker finish. You get that feeling. And even an early night, Stu.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. I mean, normally we'd be just getting underway about now.
Yeah, too right.
But, it's all time to kick back NRLW on tonight, so we'll get into a bit of that.
Not long until Speedway Awards this weekend for you too, Stu, is it?
Conference starting tomorrow, Speedway Awards Saturday night, but the awards at the moment, it's all about the New Zealand Midget title. We're back green, and Guptill, look at this, Inslee, as I say, he did drop a few spots at the start there, but that's because he shot to the high line. Simmons briefly there. Oh, Burke with a big slider. Burke's coming through the field now. Up into 8th. He's committing to the top there. Guptill, Inslee, Simmons, Matthew Johnston. Oh, just avoiding there. And is Johnston going to go high as well? He is. Fabish has got the run in the 95 as well. 16 to go. Matthew Johnston's jumping on the high side bandwagon. Guptill leads it. Simmons in second. Inslee and Simmons, to be fair, trading places. Matthew Johnston. Mitch Fabish. Stables is on the inside. Burke's on the outside. McDonald, I think he's on the inside as well. They're toing and throwing here. High side, low line. Inslee's picked up that second spot again. Johnston, I think, might grab the third spot here briefly. Guppy, though, the 1NZ. Oh, here comes Johnston. He's just picked up the third spot. Tries to cover it through the corner. Inslee's crossed to the bottom. Guptill's going high. Now they cross back over. Johnston's right in behind Inslee. Xavier Simmons trying to hold on to his 3NZ spot. Where's Fabish in the background? He's dropped a few spots. Burke's still up high though. Hayden Guptill, your race leader, the 1NZ, looking for back-to-back titles. Inslee, the series champion, looking to change the 2 to a 1. And I guess solidify his spot as the top iRacing midget car driver at the moment. He's getting a great run on Guptill as well. Tries the bottom. Oh, he's put the slider on. Here we go. Just clips the wall. And Inslee's into the lead. With 10 laps to go, Alec Inslee gets to the front. Hayden Guptill into second. Now it's all on between Simmons and Johnston as well. Stables, James McDonald, Jacob Burke. Mitch Fabish has dropped a few. He's still running that high line, Fabish. Inslee, can he keep the momentum? He does. Guptill's putting everything into it as well. Simmons in third. Oh, this is a great feature. Inslee running that top line. Guptill on the bottom of the 1NZ. Simmons, they're almost 4 wide when you throw Johnston in the mix. 7 to go. Alec Inslee's just trying to keep it clean, and Guptill's gone high side. Guptill's got the high line there, trying to protect that second spot. Now Johnston to the bottom. And we go caution. Oh, the caution has come out with 6 to go.
Maybe Dylan Cook has come in. Oh, that's going to spice it up. What a finish we're in for.
We certainly are, and that's probably the bang-on amount of laps. Here we go, Dylan Cook. Oh, it's Beecroft and Cook. So Beecroft puts himself in the wall, and Dylan Cook nowhere to go.
Oh, it's been one of those nights for Dylan.
It has. He made it as high as I think about 6th spot in this A as well at one point. Right, 6 to go. I think that's probably the right amount of laps to avoid any more cautions. What was that, number 4?
I believe so.
That we just had?
Yep.
That, to be fair, is probably pretty good.
Yeah, we've seen quite a few throughout the season, so yeah, good showing so far. 6 to go. Let's hope we can get home from here without any more. Let them race it out to the finish.
Looks like single file restart as well.
Yeah, inside the last 10 laps, I'm pretty sure we go single final.
I think we are. Yes,
Yeah.
right. Utes in, and Inslee's underway. Guptill's right in behind him, Simmons, and we got the official green with, looks like Johnston's gone high side. Currently, it's the current top 3, running top 3. And it looks like Oz. Guptill got a run here. Inslee on the top side. Guptill down the bottom. Simmons is trying to keep it tight as well.
Whoa.
And Guptill's got the lead back with 4 to go. Simmons trying to poke through. Johnston, he wants to get on the party. Burke's in behind. Alec Inslee back to that high line. He's got to get that momentum. 3 laps to go. Guptill leads it. Simmons in 3rd. Johnston's throwing haymakers at them. Fabish almost collects the inside wall back there. Now can Inslee wind it up? He's still just holding off Simmons this time. 2 to go. We'll get the white flag this time round. 1 lap to go. The New Zealand title on the line, and it's Hayden Guptill out in front. Inslee's on the high line. Has he got anything for him? Can he throw a slider? He's too far back. Right up top. Inslee clicks the wall. Guptill goes back to back. Inslee back to back 2nd, and Simmons back to back 3rd. You wouldn't read about it.
How good. What a finish.
The current 1, 2, 3, finish 1, 2, 3. Full credit, Matthew Johnston. He was just absolutely throwing everything at it those last couple laps. Jacob Burke, he finished up 6th. Matthew Stables in 7th, 6th. Fabish in 7th. James McDonald, Hadley Boyce, Murray Holwell. That rounds out your top 10. But the top 3, there they are lined up on the start-finish line. Hayden Guptill, back-to-back 1 NZ. Alec Inslee, back-to-back 2 NZ. And Xavier Simmons, back-to-back 3 NZ.
Wow, what a finish.
Whew.
What a finish. What a race. Alec Inslee, he was counting on at the end.
Alec led it at that last caution, and he just, it's like the top lane. He just couldn't get it to work in that short amount of laps. At the end there, look at how slick the track has gotten there from when we started. Unreal racing. Look at that, they're straight into it, the top 3, and Hadley Boyce is amongst it as well. Oh, haul them in, Brad, haul them in. What a absolute epic. Want them
all at the same time, Stu?
Yeah, why not? Let's get them all in here.
Oh, jeez, everyone's joining. We'll get the 1, 2, and 3 in.
We'll get the 1, 2, 3.
Think.
Here we go. 3 NZ Xavier Simmons, 2 NZ Alec Inslee, 1 NZ Hayden Guptill. Crikey, Mr. Heater Studios is he's going to have a bit of a quiet week, I think.
Well,
Yeah, maybe
we
he
were
will.
talking a few weeks ago as well about making changes to the skins and stuff and working it out, but apparently not.
Hey, awesome, epic race. Firstly, Xavier, obviously, thankfully we didn't jinx you, and you had a great night tonight. Normally the case is we'd harp on about it and wish you well and it would all fall apart, but mate, you turned up tonight, and 3 NZ, bro, done bloody well.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty stoked after the season I've had. Yeah, look, to get third behind Alec and Hayden, look, those guys are at the top of the field. So yeah, to finish third behind them, yeah, I'm stoked to say the least.
That was an unreal race. Obviously, Hayden, you managed to get the lead off Mitch. I think it was around like lap 12 or something, around the second caution anyway, and sort of just held on tight from there. Alec, you had that top line, and you were sort of one of the first to go up there and just commit to it, stick to it, make it work. You got the lead as well. Unreal racing, guys. I mean, far out. That was probably the best race we've had this year.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it was a cool race. I knew I had to try something just with, I think there was 5 of us all within, a T-tail width, so I knew I had to try something there to be able to actually make something work, and I think it was the first 3 or 4 laps of running the top. I actually kind of started going backwards, but
Yep.
I thought if I, persisted with it and kind of tried to make it work, something will come around, and, one lap, something kind of just tickled my fancy, and I just kept running it every lap, and it slowly got better and better to the point where I was able to show my nose there to Hayden, and to be fully honest, I thought I might have had the top steal, just running there so many laps that the rest of the field would have had to go up there, but Hayden found something there in the middle towards the end, and yeah, that was just enough to be able to beat me.
What was it? Sort of that last caution, you had that top dialed in and sort of pulling away, and then the caution comes out. You went back to the top. Was it just a case of it was taking a few laps to dial in, or was it just a case of the top had disappeared by the time that caution came around?
Well, I think it was, like I said, I was working the top in for so many laps, but I found on one of the cautions before that if I was to run the top for the first 3 or 4 laps after a restart, I'd kind of go backwards, and then from there it would start working. So I was kind of contemplating what I did there, and I went to the bottom in 1 and 2, but I just didn't quite feel comfortable, so I just went back to what I was doing, and like I said, Hayden just found something right there in the middle, and it was enough to be able to get it done.
Brilliant race, nonetheless, though, Alec and Hayden. Obviously, like I say, you showed your nose and got to the inside of Mitch. You sort of left that door open just enough. In fact, too much, really, wasn't it? Because you shot to the lead. And then it became a case of the top versus the bottom, or top versus the middle. And again, you committed to that line. I saw you at one point did sneak up to the top and follow Alec a couple of laps, and it wasn't too long before you were back down there doing your own thing again.
Yeah, it was really hard. I mean, we were actually talking throughout like all of the yellows and stuff, and we were talking about how just with the no mirrors, it's hard to know what's going on. So as like I led for quite a long time, so I had my volume right up and I could hear what he was doing, but you're kind of trying to paint a picture in your head about what he's doing in behind. Yep. And knowing Alec, I knew there was going to be a wall involved, so it was essentially just figuring out how I could kind of get in the way, but I knew I was going to have to go out there eventually. And then I was praying for a yellow, because I knew that 1, I could make some decent changes, but 2, I actually lost a race a few weeks ago because I did the same thing Alec did there, where there was a short green flag stint after the yellow, and then just couldn't get the momentum back up in time. I think if we stayed green for another even 3 laps, he probably would have had me again. So yep. I think, yeah, definitely. I think it was definitely a benefit being in second, in the sense of if it went green to checkered, but at the end there I could kind of figure things out. But lucky to scrape through for another year and hold on, and then I think it'll be hard to fight him off next year.
Sort of make up a little bit for the series. Obviously, I know you're in second, but those couple of runs at the start kind of, I guess when we look back now, put the bloody dagger in for you. It kind of makes up for that, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It's quite cool as well. I think it's pretty neat to have one up on Alec, because I think he's going to be one who has it for forever after this. So it's been like I think all of us thought he was going to take it away tonight as well. So I've been on both ends of this. I've been obviously in the position I'm in now, but I've also lost titles in real life and on here. So I think James Selwyn told me you have to kind of lose one or lose a couple to figure out what it's like to win one. So yeah, yeah, both in real life. I think Alex got a hell of a career ahead of him, and on the sim, he's probably going to stick around and keep bullying us as well.
Beauty, guys. Hey, or like I say, awesome racing. It's been again, as I said last week, privileged to be part of the 10 weeks, and again tonight the New Zealand champs. What's sort of next from here? I mean, how do we have an off season? What do you do now with this? Do you have the New Zealand title and wrap things up? What's next for the dirt midget side of things, or dirt iRacing for you lads?
I think with the real life season kind of coming around real soon, I think normally it gets a bit quiet around there. I think some leagues kind of go up here and there, but nothing too major compared to kind of what this big kind of off-season league is. But it was definitely cool to have the league that we had this year. With NZSR kind of dying off with people doing their own things in their life. It was good to see a dirt league back up, and obviously having the New Zealand title run again. Obviously the numbers have stayed the same, but it gave plenty of people to have a shot at taking a number. So yeah, it was real cool.
You guys, I guess, and looking at the series, it started off with a good chunk of guys, and then a few more appeared a long time, and then even Benji's little one-nighter he had on there, it enticed a few more to come along and then join the series. Are you guys quite impressed with the numbers that are now turning out? Because this is, I think, a cool thing going forward into next year too.
Yeah, that was a pretty big thing with NZSR. It started off quite small, and it kind of grew over the years, and I think we got an average of quite a few numbers towards the end of that series, and I definitely see VRA going the same direction.
Nice. Oh, well, here's to a big time in the future, lads. Again, as I say, appreciate what you guys do on track and off track and behind the scenes. Yourself there, Xavier, as well. The hours you put into it. Good to see the result pay off tonight. And then go and I guess celebrate at home with a raspberry coke on a school night.
Yeah, that's probably the weirdest part. Like the three of us we're all talking to each other throughout that race, and obviously we've all got a result, but we can't really just go celebrate together now. So yeah, just be sit at home, maybe have a beer and go to bed. But yeah, I just want to quickly have a quick shout out to the to the guys that back us at Fastlane. Obviously Heated Designs with the logo down the side of the car, but also SB Tools New Zealand, 17RC System Decal, Sidebite Media, and we're obviously racing in memory of Go Slideways TV.
Yeah, boy. Pete will be loving it. Right, lads. Brad, mate, we've wrapped up 12 events essentially.
We got one more person wants to have a chat, Stu. So
okay,
when we're finished with these guys, I think we're done with these guys, eh?
Yeah, no, cheers, guys.
Yeah, shot
awesome.
fellas.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, lads. Thanks very much.
And we'll drag Hadley up. He was keen to come in and have a chat with you, Stu.
Oh, Hadley's here. Okay, Hadley, all right.
Top
Go
10,
ahead, mate.
top
What's
10 finish.
Top 10.
Yeah, pretty stoked, eh? Just sort of wanted to be there at the end. Really, that was my my main goal. Yeah, I was stoked, eh? I had a little accident sort of mid race that shot me to the back, but I was able to just roll the bottom, and the car just wanted to stick down there, and was able to sneak it back into the top 10. So stoked.
Good man. It's been a there or thereabouts season. Obviously, you share a little bit of data there with Smithers as well. Same online team.
Yep.
And it's been good. Obviously, Ayrton seems to, I guess, in a way, how would you say it? I guess lead the team a wee bit. But yourself, obviously, there and coming through the results as the season goes on, been bloody impressive.
Yeah, it's having the likes of Smithers and actually Steve Duff. He puts in mega effort for us to build these setups. He spent a lot of time last night before he head off to Aussie. He built a really nice setup to drive, and I could just sort of throw it wherever I wanted it and it would stick. So massive shout out to Steve as well. He's not racing too much at the moment with the midgets, but I'm sure that he'll be back for the next series. But a massive shout out to Steve, because without him being there and building the setups and that, we probably would have nothing for anybody really.
Yeah, man, it's amazing how the people you have in behind the scenes for this iRacing stuff. It's I was lucky to sort of see a little bit of it up close when William was doing that stuff and with the celebrity stuff and see his setup and have a couple of skids. But to really get into it these last few weeks has been bloody primo, and the amount of work that every driver puts in, like you say, on the setups and things like that is it's unreal how much time and effort and closeness to real racing this stuff is. So, hey, Hadley, can only get better from here, mate, and commit to the big season next season, and get right into the VRA series, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, I had a few mishaps sort of mid-season with making A's and that for the series, but to finish off on a high to park at P9 in a New Zealand title with some really fast guys is nothing to be ashamed of for sure.
Good man. Cheers for coming in for a chat, Hadley. We'll catch you around the many other forms of racing, no doubt.
Yep, for sure. Thanks Brad and VRA and all that for putting on the event. It was really enjoyable.
Yeah, awesome. Cheers, Hadley.
Team over.
And
Awesome,
well,
thank you.
that is pretty much us. Oh, Jamie's in the chat. He wants to come and have a talk.
Jamie.
we'll get him in. We'll get one last.
One more. All right.
One last. Is he here?
We've had 1, 2, 3. We've had a top 10, and now we've got a top 15 for Big Pop, mate. And you qualified through the B main. You didn't even have to come through the C main. What a night!
Lucky, I know.
What's it like actually for someone, for us average blokes that are out there racing with these guys? Man, it must be pretty intense and pretty fast out there, eh?
You just got to just hope for the best and don't crash.
Mate, you done that tonight. What top 15 finish, 13th overall. You got to be stoked.
I actually am quite happy. The rums are flowing. I'm about 6 rums deep, 4 Waikato's deep. I think mistakes burning on the pan.
Oh no!
Good stuff. Cooking
You better go get the steak off. Chuck it in a nice bit of bread and butter, and the sauce will soften it up.
Started early, so I couldn't even have my dinner.
Oh well.
Oh, good times. Oh, cheers, Jamie, for jumping in for Jamie. A quick chat.
Well done as well. Well done as well.
I was actually enjoying talking to Liam and Stuart Patterson, but you guys dragged me in instead.
Yeah.
Oh well.
There you go. You can go back to them.
Down there then.
Yeah. Cheers, Jamie.
Cheers,
Jamie.
Right, there you go. Well, Stu,
mate.
that is definitely going to wrap it up this time, mate. Thank you very much for coming along and calling the racing, not only tonight, but throughout that the midget series as well that we've been through, mate. Been an absolute pleasure. And, mate, last thing, all the best for Saturday night. Surely it's yours this time.
Yeah, mate. Cheers, obviously, to yourself for putting the stream on and these awesome graphics that just seem to get better and better every week. The work that you're doing behind the scenes, the work that the boys at VRA do, putting the series on, and for having me along. It's actually bloody cool to get a bit of calling in. It gets me pumped, obviously, for the trip. It gets me pumped for the season coming up, and hopefully we can celebrate myself with a raspberry and coke and a trophy on Saturday night. And hey, I'm sure if there was, if we could include a bit of virtual racing in the commentary nomination, it might have tipped it to a certainty. But we'll see how we go. And hey, we'll just cross some fingers and no doubt bring the title. Well, bring it back and dedicate it to the boys here too as well, because it's bloody good fun to jump on and do this.
Yeah, too right. Well, again, cheers everyone for tuning in tonight. Congrats to the podium finishes. 1, 2, and 3 NZ stays the same, and that is going to be all from us tonight. Hope you all enjoyed the stream. We will be back. Well, I will be back Sunday night with the last round of the regular season for the Xfinity series, and then we get into the